Tiffany versus Pandora. Which is best for you? Hello everyone, welcome back to another mommy review where I review all things for love up. Today I'm checking out Pandora versus Tiffany. Which is best for you? Now, both of these brands are like the top luxury jewelry brands out there with stunning like bracelet, necklace, rings, and I just want to find out which is best. Now, if you like the content on the channel, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. It'll really mean a lot. Thank you so much for considering, and for those of you who are joining me again on this journey on discovering fashion, jewelry, and handbag, thank you so much for joining. So on with the video. Now, we know that both brands are known for their luxury jewelry, and on surface, like, the brands seem quite similar, but if you look closely, there are some significant differences. So today I'm gonna go over like what's the difference in history in the brands, what's the difference between like the material, the price, the quality, the styles, and like some of the best-selling pieces they have, and then come back to the very end on Tiffany versus Pandora. Let's figure out which should you buy and which will work best for you. All right, let's get started. So to start off, I'm going to talk about Tiffany & Co. Tiffany & Co. is definitely a much richer history in terms of a company. It was founded in 1837 by Charles Louis Tiffany and John B. Young in Brooklyn, Connecticut. Initially, it was actually a stationery and fancy goods store, which I didn't know about. But they started focusing more on jewelry in 1853, and now like jewelry from Tiffany is like all over the world, and they also have china, stationery, watches, accessories, and leather goods. And I think it's a really well-known, internationally recognized brand in terms of fine jewelry. On the other side is Pandora. Pandora is a Danish jewelry brand that was founded more recently, like 1982. It began as a family-run jewelry store in Copenhagen. It was like a husband and wife duo. Anyways, so initially the store sold like imported jewelries, but then in 1989 they decided to hire like in-house designers, and they designed their own pieces manufactured in Thailand, and they have these handcrafted jewelry that are very affordable price points. And then in 2000 is when you probably heard the iconic Pandora charm bracelet that's been all over social media, and everyone seemed to have one. And Pandora generally just sells the idea of the stylish yet affordable jewelry that's popular all around the world. And I would say that's just a quick history update between the two different brands. In terms of the price range, firstly, I think price ranges between the luxury brands are so vastly different. I don't know if it's necessarily fair to compare, but the material is also very different, which we'll talk about later. Tiffany produced generally more expensive than Pandora, of course. If you were to buy a necklace at Tiffany, let's say, it's usually between $100 up to $180,000. Wow, in Pandora you can get something between $90 to maybe like $600. A high-end bracelet, for example, at Tiffany is $250 to $95,000, whereas for Pandora bracelet it could be $60 to maybe $2,900, $3,000. And then for a beautiful stunning ring at Tiffany, let's say like incredible engagement ring that you might want to get for your significant other, it's usually around, I would say probably $500 to like $35,000 at Tiffany. And at Pandora you can get a ring between $30 to like $600. So that's like a rough range of pricing. Certainly in terms of like material, I think that the material is certainly very different between the brands. Like Tiffany is known for like these fine jewelry with like beautiful Tiffany diamonds. In other words, like if you're buying into Tiffany, you're buying into this amazing level of craftsmanship. At least that's what they're marketing to us. It certainly is not like cheaply made, but I think depending on where you purchase it, there are some places where you have to pay higher taxes and duties and fiat. So the pricing would differ depending on where you buy Tiffany, but definitely the material is a little bit more higher refined, whereas for Pandora, I would say the quality is not bad as well. They use low wax casting technique They have create these elaborate and very minimalistic designs and these glass charms, and they use all types of material like Murano glass, wood, and also like leather as well for some of their pieces. But I would say the quality of their product is still good, but like probably more not as tightly controlled compared to say Tiffany. You generally see more gold plating items as opposed to like gold, so many carat gold diamonds, for example, from like Tiffany. Generally can be quickly wear off for sometimes because it's plated for some of the Pandora items, unlike some of the high-end jewelry pieces that you will see at Tiffany. In terms of material, Pandora jewelry is generally made of high quality and nickel-free, for example, 925 sterling silver, and a big percentage of the Pandora jewelry is generally sterling silver. But you'll find some stuff that's like 14 karat gold plated, rose gold plated, and such. And they have gemstones and some precious stones as well. Whereas Tiffany, they only use like sterling silver and like very luxurious metals. But Tiffany rings are probably the main features, given they use like diamonds, sapphires, and all these really precious gems of raw material that are just exceptional. And they come with the GIA certificate. So I would say it's not apples to apples when you're comparing materials between the brands. In terms of the brand styling, they're very different as well. Let's start with Tiffany. Tiffany is more I would say pair back to more minimalistic aesthetic. Exquisitely craftsmanship is what they're trying to sell to us for these glittery diamonds. They're known for like their must-have in terms of like their Tiffany tea and their return to Tiffany, Tiffany knot, like all of these collections. Their engagements are absolutely stunning and beautiful, but really not super complicated. Simplistic in terms of their design, whereas I think Pandora has some more intricate designs that you'll find for some of the rings and jewelry. Definitely a more playful design, because you'll see hearts and you'll see like stars and different types of like sparkling cubic zirconium in terms of different shades of colors. You'll find themes that are related to Disney, Marvel, Harry Potter, something that kind of tailors to everyone. I think that they do still offer like high quality material, but in terms of brand and styling, you can find something still traditional at Pandora, but definitely they do have a lot of like more multicolor, playful pieces and whimsical designs, I would say, at Pandora. So that's my quick run through between like Tiffany and Pandora, and I haven't got to which is best for you yet, but I feel like it's important that we go through like the history, the material, the pricing, the quality, and the styling between the brands. So let's get to like some of the best selling items too, between the brands. If you think about the brands, if you were comparing between Tiffany and Pandora, what is the best selling thing you think of? I think for Tiffany, it's probably like the return to Tiffany necklace that you must have. It's like a must-have item, right? It really stands the test of time, has the return to Tiffany slogan on it. I think for Pandora, one of the biggest jewelry brands in the market is probably like their charms and their bracelets that I can think of, because the charm's just so unique in that it reflects each individual's styling and changing up the charms. And I love how they offer this idea of self-expression. So I think those are probably like the key items that are best selling. But not to mention Tiffany is really known for engagement rings and diamond rings as well. So that is my quick run through in terms of like the key differences between Tiffany and Pandora. But let's get back to the bottom line. What is our bottom line in terms of which is better? Which is best for you? Pandora or Tiffany? I feel like both brands have so many beautiful jewelry available. It's really difficult to choose. There's a few things it comes down to. Number one, of course, is your budget. Like I would say that like if you have the budget, then of course people probably go for Tiffany because it's more timeless, something you can wear for years to come, potentially pass down to your next generation. But I think it also depends on your personal style and to help you decide on right band is for you. I think if you're on a tighter budget, of course Pandora will be a good easy piece. I also think that Pandora pieces are generally there are good statement pieces and playful pieces. that can tailor if your idea is something that is self-expression, that's something unique to you and you want to tell your story, you might more likely move towards the Pandora brand. And given the wide range of pieces and different styles that they have, it's guaranteed that you'll find something that's probably within your budget. So that's my bottom line conclusion in terms of Pandora versus Tiffany. Which is for you? Comes down to what your style is and what your budget is. I hope you enjoy this video on the comparison between Pandora and also Tiffany. I'd love to hear your opinion if you're team Tiffany or team Pandora. At the same time, I think coming up I might do another video just comparing actual pieces that really look similar between Pandora and Tiffany, and maybe like I'll go over a ring and a necklace, comparing how aesthetically some of them look very similar and how the pricing range and how they fare between the two. Would you guys like to hear that? If you do, please comment below. And that's about it for today. Thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I'll see you next time in another mommy review. Take care and stay safe.